So now, let us tell you some stuff that has happened in this house. Psycho Sarah here has been one of my best friends for several years and has been in this house many times and has had a lot of stuff happen.
A lot of stuff. I'm going to try and keep it short though. The three weirdest things that I've had happen to me here was, first off, I was here by myself cleaning for Val one day, and I heard a baby crying upstairs. There's no babies in this house, none whatsoever. And then one day we were getting ready to go shopping, and we heard a little toddler playing ball upstairs and laughing, like bouncing a ball upstairs on the hardwood floor. And again, there's no little children here. And the weirdest, scariest thing that's happened to me here in this house was I came over one night, and it was like, what, 6-7 years ago? And you weren't feeling good, and I went to go get something from upstairs, and I felt like I was being pushed down the stairs. Like something really did not want me to go up there at all. And there was no one around me. There was no one up the stairs. The lights were on, so it wasn't like I couldn't see anybody. There was just nothing there, but I was physically being pushed down the stairs, and it was just kind of a trip. There was that other time when we were hearing the energy vibrations from the computer that was completely shut down,
unplugged.
And it was like not turned on at all, and you hear this energy vibration going through the room from downstairs to upstairs. I was here spending the night, and I was gonna ask her something, and she was sleeping, and she called me upstairs, and she was like, "What is that vibration?" And I was like, "Holy crap, I'm not the only one who hears it." But the only other thing was seeing a silhouette of a man using the computer when the computer was not on. The computer was completely shut off. I turned the lights on, and the monitor was off. But man, I'm telling you, when I opened my eyes and I sat up because I saw the silhouette of a man sitting there on the computer, heard the keys clicking, saw the mouse moving, and I jumped up and I turned the lights on. Nobody there, and the computer's completely shut down, and I was like, oh my god.
And it was unplugged.
Yeah.
Because it was making...
I think you guys had just like moved stuff in there.
Okay, so this is our master bedroom of the house here. Currently, my mother is staying here. But a couple of years ago, this used to be the spare bedroom. And Sarah spent the night here, a couple of nights actually. We had just thrown a bed in here, and there was a large desk with a desktop computer sitting on it. But it was not plugged in. We didn't have anything plugged in yet. So she just stayed here. The bed was over in this corner, the desk was over in this corner, and she said she heard something that sounded like an energy vibrating in the room. And she said she couldn't see anything, but she could tell that it was coming from the floor to the ceiling. She thought she was just losing her mind, but then Valerie called her and asked her, "What's all the noise?" She thought that Sarah was trying to do something in here, but she wasn't. Over here where the desk was and the computer, she said that late at night she saw what she said was a silhouette of a man typing on the computer, and she could actually hear the keys being depressed. She says it was just a silhouette. And so those were the experiences here.
Okay, so there was another experience with me that happened in the house in this room. I wasn't feeling good one night, so I was just laying down here on the couch and not wanting to bother Kevin and letting him sleep. And like I said before, you can always feel when somebody walks into a room, the energy of the room changes, the atmosphere. So I was laying here with my eyes closed, and I felt somebody walk into the room, so I opened my eyes and there was nobody there. So I just closed my eyes again, and then I felt somebody come and sit on the edge of the couch right here where I was sitting, and I was laying here with my head up this way, and then I felt somebody just kind of lightly start stroking my head, and didn't feel scared, wasn't afraid, nothing. It just felt comforting.
I had two experiences in this house. The one was right here in the kitchen. It was late at night, maybe 2 in the morning, and I was making myself a drink. I was at the counter here throwing some ice cubes into a bottle, and I had just turned the lights off, and I heard, which sounded like Freckles here, jump off the sofa and run across the living room floor. So I figured that that Freckles had decided to come up with us. So I said, "Come on, Freckles, let's go." And there was no Freckles. Finally, I went into the back room here, and there was no Freckles. And I was coming back through the front living room, and Freckles came down the stairs, because he had heard me call him. That was my first experience here. So my other experience was right here in this living room. We were moving in at the time, and we were moving furniture in and out of this room. I had walked into the kitchen, and I heard what I thought was Megan's yelling my name pretty loud, like she really needed something. So I dropped everything, I went running up the stairs, ran into Megan's room and to ask what's going on, and she wasn't there. I went running around looking for her. Finally, I came downstairs, and Megan's with Val, and I said, "What's going on? Why are you yelling for me?" And she said, "I haven't said a word to you." So that was early experience in the house.
So something weird just happened to me here the other day. I was getting ready to go out the other morning, and I was brushing my teeth and fixing my hair and everything, and I washed my hands in the sink and turned the water off and stepped back to puff my hair and do some hairspray, and all of a sudden the hot water turned itself on. Not just the water coming out, but the handle itself was moved like that. And I was all the way back against the wall, and I know for a fact that I shut it off because you can hear it running. And when I shut it off, it was not making that noise. So that was just the other day.
I do remember something else that happened in this house. Actually, Valerie reminded me when she was telling her water faucet story. It happened the same day. I was taking a nap in the bed. This is a nice, brand new memory foam mattress, and don't let them convince you that you can't feel anything when this thing moves, because you can feel everything. I felt like somebody sitting on the edge of the bed, and I immediately thought it was one of the cats jumping on the bed or Freckles walking around. So I got up to look who was wandering around in the bed, and I was by myself.
Okay, so another thing that happens very often in this house is, this is where I sleep, and I have a straight shot from where I sleep looking out my door and straight across the hall to Megan's door into her room when it is open. And you can see the stairs. We have a little gate there that we built to keep Megan's cats from going down the stairs, but that's where the stairs are. And I very often see the silhouette of a young man or boy, teenage boy, coming up the stairs and going around the corner and going into her room. It happens very often. You could tell it's a young man. He has a baseball cap on. So I see that very, very often, not every day.